One of Ireland's leading landscape artists, T.P Flanagan, has sadly passed away at the age of 81. The Fermanagh-born painter, born in 1929, was brought up in Enniskillen, and although he spent his adult life living in Belfast with his family, his native county was never far from his mind. Terry, as he was known to family and friends, welcomed Fermanagh TV into his home this time last year. It was here he explained how the county heavily influenced his work and talked about the magical light that he only ever experienced in Fermanagh.
One of the, if you like, even the personalities in the Fermanagh landscape is the light, and it's always changing. Its focuses are never constant, and even in the space of an hour, you can, by a shift of light, you can be looking at the one island, and yet it will take on with new shadows or new reflections. You'll see something in it or lose something in it that you saw a minute before that. So it's always variable. Whereas the landscape, and in the case of Fermanagh, of course, one means the islands. Certainly, as far as I'm concerned, it's a pattern of islands, and the intriguing feeling that when you're looking at something that is apparently and is really solid, it is often, if not in front of another island that is directly behind it, and then further back you'll get maybe a third or fourth island, and these all progress towards the eventual skyline. And sometimes, depending on the mist or the light, it's difficult to know where the loch ends or the horizon begins. So it is fascinating, for me anyway. And I don't think there's anywhere else that, in my knowledge, in Ireland, that has the variety from pure white light into subtle greys and light greys and dark greys, all occasioned by the subtlety of light. In a town like Enniskillen, that in many ways has retained its sort of character and feeling from I was a child. There's a stillness about it and a feeling of permanency, and you get that at night if the town's deserted and there's nothing in it but maybe the moon and yourself, you know, and the moon will cast a funny silver grey light over everything. And I used to enjoy the stillness and the walking through that envelope of light, if you like, you know. You have to have something that ignites your imagination. But there comes a time when you want to make a record that's saying something about what you think you have seen and that you want other people to join with you and see.